Good morning. How's everyone doing? Welcome to Mornings with Mike and Susie. And guess what today is? I just told you. This is our last show of the season. Next week, summer kicks in.
I didn't know that's what you were referring to.
Well, here we go.
It is the last show that we are going to be with you guys for until the fall. So
Yeah.
we'll be back in the fall, right?
Yeah.
Better than ever.
Yeah.
We matched today.
Oh, yeah.
And
Great minds think alike.
I have to just say that this chair is so squeaky. I've been annoying you with it for the past 5 minutes.
Uh-huh.
This is my favorite thing for the day, is annoying you with my squeaky chair.
Yes, it is annoying.
You guys, yesterday the high was 90 degrees, and today it is 61?
Yeah.
60
But
something.
it's currently only 57 degrees right now.
Crazy. It was so hot. My middle daughter had fun day at school, which was outside, and her friend were bent over at the same time to pick up something out of a bucket. Or she bent over, I don't know. They bumped heads, and the nurse called me, and she's like, I want to come home. Not because her head hurt, but because it was so hot, she didn't want to have to go back outside.
So I said, go back outside
You'll
be
be
fine.
Yeah, you said suck it up, Buttercup, but the nurse called me, and so I said, of course, honey, I'll come and get you. I'll be right there.
Oh, Lord.
But then it rained this really awesome summer thunderstorm and just like cleared the air, cooled everything off.
Yeah.
And this morning I had to wear pants and a jacket when I went for my morning walk/jog. Have I told you guys that I started jogging in the mornings? Have I told them?
Good. I don't know.
It's a really big accomplishment for me, all right? So those of you that are runners, don't make fun of me. Last summer, I walked all summer, never ran. Maybe I ran once. And somebody probably thought something was chasing me because I'm not a runner. But I decided this year is going to be my year to up my fitness level, and I love it. So far, I love it. Oh, yes, I did tell them because 2 weeks ago you told them how you went out for a run.
Oh, yeah.
And I was like, you're trying to one-up me.
And I haven't been since.
Because clearly we have a competitive relationship.
Yeah.
But
I haven't.
You
That was my
been
one
since.
time I've ran. I haven't ran since.
No.
But what I have started doing is Thursday nights, after Thursday night church, little plug, 7 p.m., is I've started playing hockey.
Yeah.
And not last week, 2 weeks ago, I played twice now, and the first time was like the first time I've been on my skates in like 3 years, and it was embarrassing.
You came home and you told us that you disgraced Canada.
Yes, I did.
After the way
I'm sorry,
you played
Canada.
hockey.
And I will get better. And so it's been awesome though, because we played for like an hour and a half, from like 9:30 to 11, and it's been great. I love it. So I'm getting my exercise, and then Addie and I are playing pickleball every Saturday morning for about an hour.
This is what 40 looks like, guys.
and so I'm getting my exercise in different ways.
It's like we've turned 70. You actually last night were kind of reprimanding me that I wasn't going to bed when you were going to bed.
Yes.
But do you want to tell everybody what time it was?
10 after 9?
It was 9 o'clock.
9 o'clock.
And I was like, listen, I know you play pickleball now, but I'm not going to bed at 9 o'clock when I'm under the age of 70. So what time do you guys go to bed? Oh, that's a good trivia, like a poll question. What time do you go to bed? You like to get up really early, so you go to bed early. And I'm curious. And then now that summer is almost here, our kids are going to want to stay up later.
Yeah.
There's no way I'm going to bed before my 10-year-old, but you would.
Yeah.
You would just go to bed and be like, see you in the morning. But I feel too unsettled to do that. So good morning to Valerie. How's it going? Hi, Judy, watching from Indiana. Glad that you're here with us today. Last weekend was Father's Day weekend. And how was your Father's Day, honey?
I loved it. It was great. And we kind of celebrated a little bit on Saturday, excuse me, because we work all morning, Sunday morning. And so we celebrate.
Is it work though when you're doing what you love? Technically, it's work.
True. And so we went out for a nice dinner on Saturday night,
right?
And actually, and then had a great afternoon Sunday. Just relaxed. I smoked some spare ribs on my smoker, and oh my goodness, they were like literally you couldn't eat them because if you tried to pick up a bone, the meat was just left on the plate. You'd literally pick a bone up, and that's all you would have. Like literally fall off the bones. Like that's.
It's true. I have to
good.
say I'm not a really big ribs fan. Like I've never ordered ribs at a restaurant because I just don't like them enough to do that. I'll have a bite of yours. But they were really, really good. The only thing I missed about it is that it didn't have like that caramelized. Like I think next time we need to stick them under the broiler when they're done to like get some of those like caramelized saucy bites.
Right.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, that's because I smoked them. Like I smoked them on the smoker, like just the meat on the smoker for a 2 hours. Then I wrapped them in tinfoil, but in the tinfoil I put the barbecue sauce, which really moistens it up. And so when you open it, it's so maybe you should put them. Maybe you should put them back on the smoker for about half an hour without the. I don't know.
Maybe. Good morning to Mary. Thanks for hanging out with us today on our last morning show of the school year.
Yeah, of the season. So let us know, what did you do? Let us know down in the chat. What did you do for Father's Day? Did you relax? Did you cook a nice big meal? Did you go out for dinner? Did you go out for lunch? How was your... Man, we had a great day, though, here at church. Yes, for those who were here, man, it was a great weekend. We gave all of our... all the men left with, and we don't have one with us, but everyone left with Mohawk Valley Church trucker hats. So that was fun to give out to all the men, and I had a blast preaching the message.
And the hats are super cute, by the way. So girls, you want to make sure that you get your own MBC hat.
And we're selling them now, right?
Yeah, just $10. So. We're not really making money off of them, but just so that you can have one, we'll be selling them in the cafe starting this weekend. But they're super cute. I really like it. And it's the trucker style, so it's like the ventilated in the back, so it won't make you hot this summer, but perfect for those summer hair days. But yeah, I loved your message. It was one of my favorites.
Cool. I love preaching on the life of Peter. Man, he was the title of my message was "Born to Be Wild," and you read through the life of Peter, and he lived a wild life. It was great for the kingdom of God, and it was a lot of fun. So I believe the men left inspired and encouraged to, just live your life for the cause of Christ. So
I loved seeing all the men forward at the altar when we just prayed over them, and it was kind of emotional just to see all of the guys lined up and just the strength that they carry and the calling that God has for their lives. So it was probably the favorite, my favorite part of the message is just being able to pray over them and encourage them. Lord help me. If you're just joining us, my stool is really squeaky, and my favorite thing of the day is annoying my husband with the squeaky chair. I promise you he's going to WD-40 this thing before I ever sit on it again, because that's how annoyed I know that he is right now. I can't resist the temptation. I can't resist it. And it's not just that, it's if I just move. It does it. It's not like I'm even trying, but... You guys aren't super chatty this morning, so get the comments going. Let us know what you did over the weekend, how you celebrated Father's Day. You made ribs. I kind of phoned it in for the rest of the stuff. All of our sides were like heat, microwave, frozen, heat them in the microwave.
It was really good, though. But,
the store-bought mac and cheese that comes already pre-made it's like $3 and it tastes really good.
It was.
And so it was just so much easier to just do that. But I did make you a homemade coconut cream pie.
Yes, and I still have a slice, a good
That's
size
more than
slice.
that's like 2 normal size slices left.
True. Yeah, and it is. Oh.
But here's the thing, honey. After you finish it, I'll make you another one.
Yes.
It's not like you can only have it once.
I might have to start playing hockey a couple nights a week to
work off
that coconut cream pie.
Yeah.
So it's no surprise we live in a fast-paced world, right? You can get anything and everything at your fingertips, and you can get it quick. You can get it easy. You can order your McDonald's on the app and go in, and they'll bring it, or they'll bring it out to you. You know, you could go through the drive. I mean, they've made life so you do not have to wait. And actually, I'll be honest, I don't like waiting.
No, this morning, while we were waiting for the bus, Ivy and I were waiting for her bus today, we were talking about a birthday party she's going to this weekend and what her friend would like for a gift. And she had the most random idea. She thought her friend would like a stuffed chicken, and there's like an inside joke with it. And you know, you think, where would you go to buy a stuffed chicken? And so I opened my phone and I found one in like 2 minutes, and we ordered it, and it's going to be here just while we were waiting for her bus. So life is so convenient.
And we're being programmed this way to not have to wait, to have everything at our fingertips. I mean, you order something on Amazon, it's not here in 2 days. I'm like, well, what's going on?
You're annoyed if McDonald's takes more than 2 minutes for your chicken sandwich. Right?
Yeah.
You're like, oh.
We've been programmed that everything is right here at our fingertips. And so when other things in life take longer, then we get a little bit annoyed, and we can sometimes want to just move on and say, well, okay, this is taking too long, so I'm just going to, go on without it, or I'm going to move on.
Yeah, and you say these 4 words, it's not worth it.
Yeah.
Right? You say, oh, forget it. It's not worth it.
Yeah.
But there is something that is worth the wait. Yeah. What is it?
So in Psalms chapter 27, verse 14, it says, wait for the Lord, be strong and take heart, and wait for the Lord. It says it twice. It says, wait for the Lord, but it knows we're going to, it's like the writer knows, okay, you might get frustrated, you might get a little impatient, you might want to move on. So he says, be strong, take heart, and again, wait for the Lord.
Don't be discouraged. I love that part. Take heart. Be encouraged and know that God is not going to let you down. But man, do we have a hard time waiting?
Yeah. And like I said, it's this mindset, it's this culture that we live in. We're literally being programmed that, hey, if you have to wait a certain amount of time, but, and as you said, we tell ourselves, okay, it's not worth it, I'm going to move on. But man, let me tell you, this is worth it. It is worth waiting on the Lord, and it looks differently in, depending on the season of life and spiritually of where you are, but there's just something about just sitting and waiting on the Lord. And sometimes we have to wait for those dreams, we have to wait for those goals, we have to wait for those things that we're aspiring to, and we want it quick, we want it now. But often, you'll look back and see, actually, it's probably a good thing I didn't get it when I asked for it, because I wasn't ready for it, and I probably would have maybe even ruined or squandered that opportunity anyways. And so, but man, there's just something about waiting on the Lord, and it develops patience in us, but this is something that is really worth it.
And it allows us to set our hope in Him. And to set our hearts to fixate them on Him. And sometimes it's in those difficult places that God wants to do something inside of us. And so the waiting might be because it just hasn't come to fruition, or there's something God is still doing or working on your behalf. But sometimes it's because there's something He's doing inside of you, inside of me, inside of you. So whoever this is for today, I believe it's for somebody that's watching, that God is saying to you specifically and personally, put in your name, Susie, wait for the Lord, be strong and take heart and wait for the Lord. Mary, wait for the Lord. Mm-hmm. Shelly, wait for the Lord. Whoever, put in your name and know that this is God's specific word for you this morning. Be strong. Take heart. He hasn't forgotten you. He knows your name.
Yeah.
He sees the tears. Mm-hmm. He sees the sleepless nights. And he is moving on your behalf.
Yeah. Very good. Very good. All right, Susie. So, what is our favorite thing? Besides annoying me with a squeaky chair.
So, it's nothing that I have to show you, but it's something that you can do online. And so, don't do it right now. Do it after you're finished hanging out with us this morning. But I discovered the last time we went away for vacation, I put a hold on our mail. Now, you do not think about any of this.
No.
You would never consider when we're on vacation what happens with our mail, ever. Actually, when we first got married, you never checked the mail. And I think I said to you, hey, did you get the mail? And you were like, what? Like, the thought never... Who got your mail before we were married? Did it come through your apartment door or something?
Yeah, I think so.
Really?
Must have.
Have you ever gotten our mail have you ever thought, oh, I should go and get the mail without me asking you to do it?
Oh, no, never.
In 17 years of marriage, our mailbox would be bursting out the seams if I didn't get the mail. So.
It would be.
So when we go on vacation, if we have somebody like house sitting, they'll bring in the mail. But if we don't, then I put like a hold on the mail and then they deliver it when we're back, or I go and pick it up when we're back. So I'm going somewhere with this, guys, I promise. The last time I did this, I saw an option on USPS.com's website called Informed Delivery. And I signed up for it, kind of inadvertently. So let me tell you what it is. Do you guys already know about this? So what it is, you just sign up online. It's completely free. You go to informeddelivery.usps.com. This is what if you can see, this is what the webpage looks like. And it says digitally preview your mail. So what it does is all the mail that is fed through their automated feeder, they scan it. And when you sign up for this, now every morning around 8 in the morning, I get an email with a picture of every piece of mail that we're getting that day.
Wow.
I really like it because...
Especially if you're waiting for something in the mail.
It's just nice to know.
Yeah.
It's just nice to know what's waiting for you. You know, my parents used to always say...
Because you're impatient.
Probably, because I don't know how to wait. My parents always said no news is good news, right? And so it's just kind of nice to see, oh, this is coming in the mail today.
Yeah.
So that's my little favorite thing of the day. You go to Informed Delivery. This chair, Mike, is starting to annoy me now.
Yes.
You go to informeddelivery.usps.com. It's free. You just sign up. You put your address, your email. They get a little bit of information from you. And then you, too, can get daily emails clogging up your inbox with what your daily mail is. I have so many emails. I've given up deleting them, but I love it.
There you go.
My favorite thing.
Perfect. All right. So get your fingers ready and to text in for our trivia question of the day.
All right.
And so this trivia, you definitely had to have watched or been in church to know this. And it has to do with this past weekend. And so, are you putting in the...
Yeah.
Okay, so you're going to text the answer to 315-506-4506. Okay, and so we're going to do something different for our last week.
Oh, we should. What should we do?
I don't know.
Should we double the Dunkin' Donuts gift card?
Sure.
Do a $10 gift card for the winner of this week's trivia question.
$10 gift card for the season finale.
Correct answer.
For the first correct answer of our trivia.
I'm going to get this open.
All right, so what is the title of our next series. So we're starting a brand new series in July. We advertised it on the MVC News this past weekend.
Right.
What is the title of the next series?
Okay, so the first correct answer to
Yeah.
315-506-4506, just text in your answer.
We'll see who pays attention to the MVC News.
That's true. You're going to win a $10 gift card to Dunkin' Donuts, and now I'm hungry. Never fails. Every time we talk about it, now I'm hungry.
All right.
It's the downside of this show.
So let's move on to our marriage minute while we're waiting for those text messages to come in, those answers. Is we want to talk to you about honor. Mm-hmm. Just thinking about, what can we help you with your marriage, and something that I think is important to instill in the life of every relationship, and especially in your marriage, is honor. And the definition of honor is high respect and great esteem.
Okay.
And I think it's really important that you honor your spouse. And the Bible says in Romans chapter 13, verse 7, it says, give to everyone what you owe them. If you owe taxes, pay taxes. If revenue, then revenue. If respect, then respect. If honor, then honor. And so the Bible really teaches us to give honor where honor is due. And sometimes, we think, we have this idea that we don't want to be vulnerable. We think showing honor to someone puts us in a lesser position or place. And so, but I think there's just something happens when you honor your spouse and you really raise them up, and you have this high respect, as the definition says, for your spouse, and you have this, a great esteem for them, that it really strengthens that bond and that relationship. And if it's something that's, on the forefront of your mind, I believe that it's going to dictate your decisions and how you act and how you treat each other. What do you think?
Yeah, absolutely. And I think that's something that I learned kind of early on in our marriage, is how important it is, especially for men, to feel respected. Mm-hmm. And there's actually a book called Love and Respect that kind of breaks down how, in general, women have a need to feel cherished or loved, and men especially have a need to feel respected. Mm-hmm. And one of the challenges that book taught me, or encouraged, is to walk into a room and to tell your husband, I respect you, and kind of what that does for him. And I think that is this chair, I'm telling you, super important. And so hopefully something that we are working towards and practicing, because that's a big part of it. Is a lot of these things that we talk to you about in Marriage Minute are not things that come by accident.
Right.
They're things you have to be intentional about doing. And sometimes it's going to be out of your comfort zone. You're going to feel kind of awkward the first time you tell your spouse, I respect you. Mm-hmm. But it's important. It does something. Yeah. And but like I said, it's not something that happens accidentally. It's something that you have to be really intentional about. But it's just like when you want to plant a garden and you want to have the fruit or the harvest from that garden, you have to be intentional, right? You're intentional about the season that you plant in. You're intentional about watering. You keep your eye on it. A garden just doesn't accidentally, you don't just accidentally get a crop of cucumbers in your backyard, unless you're the Elrods, who I think it was last year ended up with a crop of pumpkins because they threw an old pumpkin out and the seeds scattered in their yard, and they accidentally grew a crop of pumpkins. So unless you're them, you don't accidentally get a crop or a harvest in your life. You have to invest and plant, and that's true for your marriage.
Yeah, and I think that, marriage is, as you say, it doesn't happen accidentally. Mm-hmm. And so we want to give you some, little nuggets of truth and tips, and I think that honor is one of those things that, it might not be on the forefront of your mind. I think, there's other parts of, love and, respect, or, different things that you might come to your mind when you think about marriage and relationships. But I believe that we need to work on honoring one another, and don't be scared to put yourself in a lesser position to honor your spouse, and I think it's only going to pay dividends in your relationship and really strengthen that bond and that marriage. So
I feel like you just said, ignore everything my wife just said about love and respect. This is about honor. Is that what you just said?
No. I said you think about those things. Like those things seem to be, when you say marriage and what strengthen your marriage, love, respect, those things jump to the front of your mind.
Okay.
And those are the things you think. But honor, it might not be something that even really crosses your mind. And so we want to practice, and work out all of these things that God's word gives us to really help us in our relationships. So
it's good.
No, don't worry. I did not say that what you just said was invalid or not true.
Okay. Good to have some clarification. Just seeing, that's a long post. I don't think I can read all of that in common. But hello to Wendy, and hi to Maddie, who jumped on or hanging out with us today. Valerie says she did watch NBC News and she did pay attention, but she can't remember the name of the series. Yeah. And I will give you a hint. It is based off of a popular TV show that has to do with people in costume that are performing.
Oh, Lord. That wasn't a hint. You just laid it all out for them.
I didn't say any of the words.
No, I know. You said everything else.
Well, they need some help, honey. Listen, it's Tuesday morning.
I know.
At 10. Let's give them a break.
And you're squeaking like crazy.
The worst ever.
Well, we're going to wait for that final answer to come in, and you will get a $10 gift card to Dunkin'. But this is our last show for the summer, before we take our summer break.
Yeah.
And less than a couple weeks, is the 4th of July.
Yeah, that's fun.
And it's cool. There's a lot more places are having bigger events, and I can't
believe it.
I know. I just saw that the city of Utica is having a 4th of July fireworks show.
I really don't believe it. Like I part of me thinks it's maybe going to be canceled. Because last year I feel like there was at least one or two places that said we're going to do the fireworks show, and then upper level management said no, you're not, and it got canceled. But hopefully this will move forward. So where is it? Where are the fireworks?
In Utica. That's all I got.
You're a wealth of information. So if you Google Utica fireworks, maybe you can figure out the details, because we don't have them, except to know that there are supposed to be fireworks in Utica. On the 4th of July?
Yeah, said 4th of July.
We don't know. Could be the day before. Hey, Sarah Jo, how's it going, girl? Thanks for hanging out with us. Guess what, guys? It's like 10 o'clock.
Yeah.
This half an hour flies by.
I know, it goes by so quickly.
Even with my squeaky chair.
Well, we've had a blast over this past season, the fall and winter, spring, hanging out with you guys every Tuesday morning. So we hope you guys have a great summer, and we will be back in the fall.
Yeah, we'll see you then.
All right.